Hey there, Internet. It's me, Saberking. Welcome back to the channel and another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the new Transformers War for Cybertron series exclusively on Netflix. Chapter 1 has just dropped. I finished watching all 6 episodes, and this is going to be my non-spoiler review. I am super excited to talk to you guys about this. As you know, or don't know, I am a huge Transformers fan, going all the way back to the late 90s, early 2000s. And like everyone out there, I am mostly a fan of the G1 Transformers. I've been waiting to see their battle on Cybertron be animated and be showed to us ever since we first got it back in the War and Fall of Cybertron games and that little sneak peek at the beginning of Bumblebee. But finally, it is here. First off, I want to go ahead and thank the entire cast, the entire crew, Netflix, Polygon Pictures, the executive producers, and of course, lastly, but certainly not least, the awesome George Christic. You are awesome, man. Right out of the gate, what this series does well to the past Transformers movies that we have seen, or even that Machinima series, is it finally gives us a well-detailed, emotional roller coaster of the war both the Decepticons and the Autobots fought on Cybertron. You get to see the struggles both factions had to go through, such as Optimus Prime, who is of course at the forefront of this series, along with his friends Ultra Magnus, Elita 1, Bumblebee, Ratchet. They just had to go through some horrible, gruesome shit in order to try and win this war. But Optimus is the main standout because we finally get a different kind of Prime than the one we're used to. We get to see a battered, weathered Prime who is taking the toll of this entire war very emotionally and physically. And I also loved that his followers started to question his decisions, how they seemed desperate, and how he was willing to do things that even Megatron wouldn't do. And on the flip side, you get to see Megatron descend into ruthlessness instead of wanting to actually have his peaceful treaty bring in and usher all of Cybertron to be under his rule. All of that was really awesome, and I gotta say, I also love the relationships each of these characters had, such as Optimus and Elita 1, and of course, Megatron and Jetfire. They were all just really well detailed, and they also did a great job of, well, I wouldn't say humanizing, but grounding both of them into this new change and path that they have to go on. I also gotta give huge credit to the writing staff for fleshing out all of these characters, making them feel so three-dimensional, showing us their own struggles and their own questions they have on this entire war. So really great job on that front, and this is by far some of the best G1 stuff I have seen, and that perfectly transitions into the animation because, guys, Polygon Pictures, who you actually may remember worked on the Godzilla Netflix trilogy, did a beautiful, phenomenal job bringing these G1 designs to life and showing us how this war has affected them. You can actually see that they're weathered, there's battle scars, there's tears. All of it is just really well detailed. Even the action sequences, whether it's on the ground, it's in the air, or it's in a different environment, it's all just really well done, really animated, and I was just fascinated and couldn't stop looking at this breathtaking animation. I really don't know how else to describe it. It's just really fantastic, and it proves that these designs, regardless of how silly they used to look, they can still be adapted and still work in a modern, more serious manner. And the vehicle designs were also excellent. I digged the modern, somewhat classic look of the Ark and the gladiatorial arena where the Decepticons' hideout is, the jet forms. It all just shows us that perfect transition into what would become their Earth vehicles. But by far, my favorite part of this animation was the meticulous work these animators did in showing and bringing out the emotions these robots are feeling and how everything that they've been going through since this war started has taken such a toll with them. You don't even need to see them talk about it. You can just see it in their expressions alone. That is a very great detail, and again, I gotta give props to Polygon Pictures for providing their best work here. The voice acting is also good. Sure, it doesn't have the classic G1 cast, but I actually think this is most definitely the second best G1 cast we have had in a long, long time. Jason Moranisha, of course, returns to play his iconic role as Megatron, and as always, he does a fantastic job, but this time really showing us a more laid-back kind of pre-Gen 1 Megatron who isn't as ruthless as we know him to be, and instead has this grand vision that he believes is what's going to make Cybertron succeed in the future. And when we actually do get to see that Megatron appear, it is breathtaking. It gave me so much chills. And huge shout out goes to Jake Forshee for playing this Optimus Prime. Yes, I know he's not Peter Cullen, but I'm actually kind of happy that he's not, because he's able to kind of give us a hybrid of Peter Cullen and his own portrayal. Because, man, when he has to show or emote how much everything that's happened has just been so tiring, heartbreaking, and straining for him, he knocks it out of the park. His interactions with all of the other Autobots and Decepticons, especially his chemistry with Jason as Megatron, it is just fantastic. I really cannot compliment him enough. He just nailed it. As for the rest of the cast, of course, you got the talented Frank to come back from his machinima role to reprise his role as Starscream, and again, he knocks it out of the park. It was very good to hear him, and just overall, the entire cast, I wish I could name them all, but that would just, in my opinion, do a disservice to them, as what more can I say that they nailed these characters, they nailed the performances, and really giving them such layered dimensions and making us feel for them, especially when it came time to questioning their own leaders on, are they doing the right thing? Are they on the right side? Or have they gained a new perspective in all of this chaos that is going around? It was all just perfect. Guys, I have no idea what to say other than this is by far the best thing to come out of this whole month. It has unfortunately been somewhat of a terrible year, and stuff like this is what keeps me going, and I am so happy that it came out. I want to thank Netflix, I want to thank Hasbro, I want to thank George, I want to thank the cast, the executive producers, Polygon. All of them just did such a fantastic job bringing this chapter to a beginning and to a close. I am very, very excited to see what Chapter 2 brings us, because if you have just gotten done watching this first chapter, and like me, you can kind of see where this is going, then it's just going to be all the more exciting to see this new take on the Transformers that we all know, we all grew up with, and we all love. I can see no other reason than to give this first chapter, Siege, a high A. It deserves it so, so very much. And I'm actually going to go back and watch this chapter again multiple times because I really just enjoyed it that much, and I want to do my best to analyze it and see just how many Easter eggs I can pick up. So again, thank you so much to everyone who was involved in this, and props. I hope that chapter 2 gets here whenever it can. So yeah, guys, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe if you liked it, share this video around, and comment down below, all of my fellow Transformers fans, what did you think of this series? Was it everything you wanted it to be? Did you have some problems with it? Whatever you feel, comment down below. Let's get a discussion going, and until then, when Chapter 2 drops, I'll definitely be taking a look at that. So until then, guys, this is Saberking saying, may my reign last for an eternity, and I'll see you guys for the next review.